Hey, listeners. Welcome back to the Review podcast. The Umbrella Academy came out last week on August 8th, my miraculous date. And can I just say that watching the fourth and final season of Umbrella Academy was nostalgic? We're going to go nostalgic. But before we dive into that, let me tell you guys the Olympics are over. Well, actually, the Olympics are not over because they have the Paralympics. And I feel like the Olympics itself and the Winter Olympics, they're like highlighted, all this stuff. And then here come the Paralympics, and it's like, yeah, the Olympics is over. And it's like, well, damn. I didn't know that. I thought over these past couple of days that the Paralympics was going hand in hand with the Olympics. Eh-eh. Incorrecto. I was just like, oh, some people are so weird. Jordan Chiles got stripped of her bronze medal. What? I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I'm one person out of a billion and chillion, gillion, willion. But I feel like they saw her as like too black. Like she had the grill, she had the super long nails. Like, no, ma'am. Like she cannot have this medal. And they probably like felt bad for like the Romania girl and whatnot and blah 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 blah. But I feel so sad because it's like, she was presented with her bronze medal, and of course she had every right to celebrate. And now it's kind of like, let me just take that back from you, girl. And I don't know, the whole thing on like when you could submit the report is just confusing. Her coach submitted like within like 47 seconds, something like that. But like Romania didn't challenge it till like 4 days after the fact, or even if they didn't challenge it till 4 days after the fact, it took 4 freaking days. Like, give my girl her medal back and don't play with it. Scrolling through Instagram the other day, and I saw that Flavor Flav, he actually got her custom made bronze clock medal necklace. It's supposed to resemble her medal necklace, and I just think that's so cool. And I saw a lot of people talking about like Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg and just their presence at the Olympics. And I love both of them. I love Snoop Dogg because I like some of his music and just like who he is in general. And you know when like a celebrity or when somebody's out there and they're like launched again, like relaunched again to their celebrity status, like people want to like dive into it. So I remember I saw an article where it's like Snoop Dogg from murder charges to like beloved, and I was just like, man, don't talk about Uncle Snoop. Shut up. Don't type about him. Don't put his name in your mouth. Don't do none of that. Okay, Boo Boo Kitty? Like, it's not for you. And Flavor Flav, I never actually listened to Flavor Flav's music, but like because of Flavor Flav, that's how I know about Tiffany New York Polar. The HBIC, and Flavor of Love. And I should not be watching that show at the age that I was. Was I dipping in a little bit and seeing what was going on? Yes. There were a lot of shows I probably shouldn't have been watching at my young age, and probably play like a huge role in my characteristics. Just gonna throw it out there. I watched like every single Love and Hip Hop from when it was just Love and Hip Hop New York, and they didn't have to, call it Love and Hip Hop New York, to Atlanta. And don't get me started on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I definitely shouldn't have been watching stuff, and they were like things I didn't understand. And Google, Google, like that's how it gets kids. Google, went from what, L.A. No, not L.A. Hollywood, and then even Miami. I think I had high hopes for Miami because it was Florida and I'm from Florida, but Miami was kind of like, who are these people? And then they had Trick and Trina out there, and I was just like, ow! Like, Trina is too to be out there. But then she gave out that iconic You're not gonna call me the little bleep. I don't know who you know, she like go back and she started just you know, just being the diamond princess. But yeah, you got a Marara Negra and Bobby Lights, who, you know, Bobby now rolls with the baddies, and like there's not a good chunk of baddies, but like Tommy, Mariah Lynn, they came from loving hip hop. They came from loving hip hop. You know, great artists like Cardi. Well, not great artists. I wouldn't say great artists, because when Cardi drops this album, I'll readjust my statement. But she ain't dropping an album in over like damn near 5 years. How long ago was 2018? That's how long it's been since she dropped an album. She's she was pregnant with her first kid while doing her album, and now she's pregnant with her third kid. Kudos to her for finally leaving Offset, but their divorce is not final. It is still in the process. This is just a girl speaking on girl stuff. Like, I definitely feel like, I don't know, she might go back. They're like celebrating her because she has a new campaign with Marc Jacobs, I believe, and she has new music, and people are like, the album's gonna eat, and it's like, the album's been 5 years in the making, so only God knows what this album's gonna be. And she drops all these singles or hops on other people's song, and like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like, her hopping on other people's song, I don't care. Do I be singing and rapping in my car? Yes, but I don't care. I want a Cardi B song. I don't want a Cardi B feature. I want a Cardi B song. Yeah, she could get a song to chart or whatever, but I want a Cardi B song. The fact that, and they were having a whole thing, I forgot who it was, and then like she was like talking about her. She's like, um, dead ass Megan Stallion, like she's releasing, like, I think the album she just released, Megan, I think that's like her third or fourth studio album, and it's like, Megan definitely hit the platform after Cardi. So I don't know. It's just a whirlwind for, like, I guess, like, black people, but I guess, when is it not? It's just so much, guys, and I don't even know, dude. I don't even know, and part of me doesn't even want to know. But now that we've, divulged into like stuff in like Tinseltown, let's get back to the show. So, Umbrella Academy dropped August 8th on Netflix for its fourth and final season, guys. And let's just say a lot of people so far have not liked it. I'm gonna give you a little bit of rundown without spoiling too much. If you haven't seen it, baby boy, it's been a week. Even I saw it. And I finally watched the last 3 episodes of House of Dragon. Yeah, I know. I'm proud of myself too. Before I, dive into the main topic, which is Umbrella Academy, let's go into the subtopic of House of Dragon. Watching the episode after Rhaenys' death was just too much for me, because seeing them parade around with Melee's head, it was just like, oh my god. But like, everybody was sad, especially her granddaughters, Rhaena and Bela, and I just think, first of all, I've been referring to the wrong granddaughter this whole time. Just learned that. But everybody was so sad, and I I think what I would miss most about Rhaenys is not just because she was the queen who never was. It was the presence she had with her, and she brought into the room, and all those things. Her father, I believe, was Jaharis. So it's like, she comes from a great ruler. She should have ruled, as it was her birthright, as she was his kid. But because of her sex, she was unable to. And now Rhaenyra is kind of in the same position, and I guess the advice. There's another word I'm looking for, because it's not really advice, but the presence that Rhaenys gives to Rhaenyra, a part of her council from the get go when she was on King's Landing, and then her and Meleese stormed out. They're like, and went back to Dragonstone to tell Rhaenyra, it was like that. I definitely think she could have been like, "This is my throne." Ah, burnt them all down, and she didn't, because at the end of the day, it was not her war to start. This war is not about her, and she did say like, soon people will forget about why this war happened. And definitely thought about it in the 3 episodes, especially now that you have bastards claiming dragons. Adam of Hall, I have nothing against Adam of Hall. His scene, him and Sea Smoke, at first I was just like, "Ooh, you better run, you better run, don't let that dragon burn you to a crisp." And then when Sea Smoke was like, "Nah, you remind me of my previous writer, who is obviously Lanar," I was just like, mm-mm-mm. And then I saw something online that said, after all these years, Sea Smoke became like unrested and just ugh. And they said that proves that Lanar is dead, because he can no longer like sense him, smell him. And they're like, if he didn't know where Laner was this entire time, he should have been acting out just like that. Because Adam was on Dragonstone. He was, well, not, he wasn't on Dragonstone, but he was a part of, yeah. I'm saying it right. He was a part of, the Sea Smokes, people to him, seamen, whatever they're called. So it does make a little bit sense that maybe, yeah, like Laenor has finally passed away wherever he is, and like Sea Smoke like knows that, and like was like, I gotta go find somebody, and that gave him his way. So I love it. Ulf and Hugh. So I read some interesting things, and technically it's not a spoiler because there are books, people. But I heard that they will betray Rhaenyra, and sorry, and I can't wait to see that betrayal, and I can't wait to see them die. They love calling Rhaenyra the Cruel, and it's like, I really want to see what's so cruel about her, because I love Rhaenyra. I'm not prepared for whenever her death comes about. I'm not prepared for whoever is the next person to die. I'm not ready for it at all. But especially Ulf and his mannerisms, yeah, knocked right out. Like, boy, you're not coming out. He's like, yeah, me and my dragon, we could do this, and that. Boy, you were cowarding in front of that dragon. Unlike Huey, who was like, just do it, dude, do it. You were just like, my mommy, ah! Like, you were like a big baby. So I don't know. It just speaks volumes to both of their characters. Um, all three of them, Adam, Huey, and Ulf, are all different. I think the one who will be the most loyal, and I think you see a little bit, and hopefully they don't diverge from the books. I've not read the books. I'm not going to read the books. I just, Google. Is Adam, because Adam is he's not a Targaryen bastard. He's a Velaryon bastard. He's Corlys' son. Him and his the other one. What is the other one's name? Can't think of it at the moment, but yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And Rhaena is out and about trying to claim a dragon. I pray to God she don't die. She left them babies so quickly. Like, them is not my kids. Like, she does not care about her younger siblings. I hope they made it to their next destination okay. And I hope she finds her way back to Dragonstone if the time comes forward, or back to Lady Jane. So we'll see what happens with that. And life is not so good on King's Landing. Aegon, burnt badly, and he escaped at the end of the last season to like kind of just go hide out. He escaped with little Mr. Lord Clubfoot, and I'm interested to see how that goes. I definitely felt some type of like, oh, that was nice, one Lord Clubfoot, because I can't remember. Laris, there it is. I'm gonna stick with Lord Clubfoot. When Lord Clubfoot was like showing him like they don't like, he was providing him like words of wisdom, because he had a deformity since birth that he's been dealing with his whole life. Aegon is only getting just like the pinch of salt of how the insult and what people could say to and behind you can go far. So I definitely felt for that. Um, Rainier was like lighting up the screen. Seeing her and Damon back together. Can I just? I'm not gonna drag out House of Dragons too much because I really want to talk about Umbrella Academy. But when Lord Strong, I can't remember his first name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. When he like was like, "Ooh, I'm snitching," and he like told Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra came flying down on Cyrax, and she had Adam and Sea Smoke with her. I was like, mm-mm. Can I just talk? The little moment that Cyrax and Caraxy has is just so cute. Because my dude was just chilling, like, and then he's like, let me wake up. Who is that? Oh my God! My love of my life! My love of my life! It was just so cute. It's just so cute. I love the dragons, and I'm not prepared for any of their deaths. I think the one death I will be most intrigued to see is Vagar. Only because a lot of tragedy has come from Vagar. Vagar and Aemon. You know, you can't talk about a dragon without talking about the writer, if they have a writer. And so I definitely think, Lucerys and now Rhaenys, it was a lot. Araxes, whatever Lucerys Dragons was name, and Meleys, like, it was just, very, very sad, stuff like that. They died an honorable dragon rider's death, but I believe it shouldn't have been their end. But there's more to the story, guys. We're in 2024. Season 3 will come out in 2026. We gotta wait all them years to see what happens, and I can't wait. Rhaenyra and Allison's exchange really felt like they would be like friends again, but now, season one, I thought they were gonna go to war. Season two was just them prepping war. Season one was the backstory. Season two is them prepping war. Season three is going to be very, very bloody and gorgy. That I know, and I can't wait. Hopefully, I won't chicken out and stop watching episodes halfway through the series. But like I said, Rhaenys' death, Rhaenys and Meleys, because it's all of them, really got me. I really want to learn High Valorian because of it. Because like Anglos Melis, like they were like, I saw TikTok, they're like Dracarys, and it's all the Dracarys from over the show, and then it ends with Anglos Melis, and it's like, bro, what? Don't make me cry. And can I just speak on Rhaenyra's High Valorian to Vermouth was just like, oh my god, Likiri. Likiri. The head, like, what? I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait for season 3 of House of the Dragon, 2 years later into the future. Like, who knows what could happen in 2 years? I could have kids. I won't. But anyways, the Umbrella Academy, a lot of people did not like the farewell season. And I can understand why they did it. As I always say, like, I look deeper into shows and movies. And since I have been watching Umbrella Academy since it first came out on Netflix, I will say that it was a really sad ending. And I didn't even realize it until I had to like rewatch it again. Um for the it's not technically the post credit scenes, is it? No, it wasn't the post credit scenes, but there's a scene at the very end, and it's kind of an homage to them, and I just wanted to just like cry, but not really. Um, it was really a lot. Umbrella Academy was a really good show. People were speaking on like the character the development that each individual character had throughout the show and so forth, so forth. I think the person who surprised me the most was Sir Reginald. In the end, Klaus is definitely a close second because he did choose to not drink and do drugs until eventually the marigold was back in his system, and even then he was just like, I did not want this, I did not ask for this. obviously it's the funniest part to me because I rewatched it like 10 times. Is the daddy issues, chaos. Like that was like hilarious. I was like, where does this come from? Because I hadn't finished the show yet, and so seeing it was a lot. The monster that they have to quote unquote fight is definitely so ugly and terrifying, but you got to give it up to the production team because the effects were affecting, honey. Like them effects were real, real good. Um, it was sad. I will say it was sad to see them go. It's sad to know that I'm not gonna see like it's official. Another season's coming for Umbrella Academy because, like I said, I've been watching it from the very beginning. I've been watching it since Vanya was Vanya, and now Victor. And there's a flashback moment, not really flashback, but a trip down memory lane. And I like how they paid homage to Victor's actor, formerly known as Elliot Page now. How they made him a girl. They could have easily just said that like Victor was always Victor, like who is Vanya? You know what I mean? But them acknowledging his transition was like really like, oh, you guys are serious about this. Like that's really nice. Like I actually really, 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 really like that. Um, I think the only person who definitely didn't change was like Luther. He's always kind of just been there. He didn't change. Diego definitely didn't change. Um, Seeing Lila and Five's relationship was disgusting. Oh, that's a spoiler. I actually that's not a spoiler because you'll see in the first episode they seem close. And I want to say if I was to rewatch it a second time, like the entire show, I'd probably pick up on more stuff than I did the first time. But you could tell they're like unusually close, which matter of fact, they should be because Lila worked for not the ham, but whatever her name was, Kate Walsh's character in all them seasons ago. So it makes sense that they would like have some type of connection or relationship to each other. Um, yeah, and it's a lot, and I think the biggest thing I liked about the season was how like Ben was always dead. And the Ben that you see is the Ben from a different timeline. He's the Ben from Sparrow Academy, not Umbrella, because the Ben's Umbrella, or I should say Umbrella's Ben, died years before in what was known as the Jennifer accident. And it was the Jennifer incident. And it was never said what was the Jennifer incident. And it really like hit me that like we actually don't know how he died. Like we didn't even really know what monstrosity he was until like I want to say like somewhere between season 2 season 3, heavily on season 3. You know what I mean? So the callback to that was like, oh, like this is a full circle moment. This is a full circle moment. Like the reasons for chaos and the end of the world and the pain that they always go through. There's a reason for it. But I do like how in the first episode we see the life that they built for each other 5 years after um Allison doing what she did. Allison. I said Allison like I'm talking about House of Dragons. Allison. It's a lot to process, but not really. I think people wanted the dance breaks that Umbrella Academy is known for. There is one dance break. I will tell you that. Um, but I definitely think they should have did one last iconic dance break, like iconic. The one that's in season 4 is not necessarily iconic to me, but I definitely think they should have did one more. And it really would have been something because that was always funny. The music choices never fails to disappoint. Um I don't know how they got the rights to do Baby Shark, but they do, and you'll hear it throughout the season. And I just find it so 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 funny. Like, who doesn't want to hear Baby Shark right before their murder? Like, it's just hilarious. But yeah, Umbrella Academy is officially over, guys. And for the people who've been watching Umbrella Academy since season one. Like, it's officially a wrap, guys. Like, oh my God. I think this is like I want to say the second major Netflix original that I watched from start to finish to end. Um, the first being The Crown. So I think that definitely is like, I expect Netflix to come out with some more awesome, good shows and movies. We shall see what they have in their vault because I'm about to blow it up. I need to know what's in there. Gimme, 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 gimme. But it's time for me to sign off, guys. So make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. And as always, happy listening, y'all.